What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, if you are Tony Buzbee, you are just shaking your head. Y'all, Tony Buzbee in a legal filing has laid out every way Jay-Z tried it. But here is the weird thing. They are still on a smear campaign. And there's just been another hit piece released about Busby's DUI, right? Or DUI, DWI. The point of the matter is, they said he was driving on something, and they keep bringing it up, right? And we're going to talk about it. But we also need to address what Tony Buzbee addressed in his new filing. This is part 2. We have all of the details. But I have a question for Jay-Z in this camp, and this is a serious question, okay? If we're going to hold Tony Buzbee accountable for drunk driving, and say that there's something wrong with him because he made a mistake for which he, I think, did a year something, some type of year program to say that he had learned, and he hasn't been in trouble since. And if we're judging whether he can stand in a court of law and whether he deserves grace and whether his client is lying, then do we need to look at that with everybody? Because in the scenario, Busby versus Jay-Z. First of all, it's weird you're attacking an attorney, right? And I do understand that Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, is above reproach. I believe there's nothing weird in his background, right? So it can't do that. But against Jay-Z and Busby, one of these people had a driving under the influence. But one of these people sold rugs. One of these people helped infest his neighborhood with rugs. One of these people allegedly sold his mama rugs. One of these people embarked on a whole, forget about criminal, but one of these people literally, to a certain point, was a criminal kingpin. Rapped about it. We don't know if it's true. One of these people bragged about all the stuff. One of these people allegedly one Lance Rivera, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or at least he was accused of it. One of these people, yes, it's not the point that you grew up in the Marcy Projects, because maybe that is a rags to riches story. That is the American dream. But what you did to get out of those projects, one of these people had an affair with his rival's girlfriend, Carmen, the hip-hop Helena Troy. And at the end of their relationship, even though he pretended to really be there for him, this and that, for whatever reason, at the end of the relationship, he made a song called Super Ugly. By the way, he lost to Nas with Ether, about sleeping with her and then leaving a used C word on the baby's car seat. See, here's the thing. I understand that Jay-Z said, Jay-Z is like, I'm above reproach. I have a spotless reputation. Now, as Mr. Beyonce, you 100% do. But there was a time that you was jigger and you was in those streets. And now that you are out of those streets, you want us to judge Busby for the sins of his past, but somehow yours shouldn't be looked into, because if we are going to judge Busby under that driving under the influence, then shouldn't we judge you for everything that you've done to yourself, to your community, and the ways that you got money? Again, it's all in the past. It's all water under the bridge. Jay-Z is not that person anymore, he says. But if we are going back and judging people by the actions of their past, I mean, if that's the case, should we judge you by the Lemonade album? I'm just saying. Anyway, right? Let's get into this, because they really tried it. They released a hit article, I believe, that said the dirty secrets of lawyer going after Jay-Z and Diddy. Tony Buzbee's DWI arrest revealed, and how he shoved a champagne glass in the female client's face and bungled her divorce. Now, and here's the thing. Busby addressed each and every one of these things and said they're all lies, bitter and haters. We're going to see, because both sides are gearing up to go to court. But listen to this. Tony Buzbee, who recently filed a bombshell lawsuit on behalf of a woman accusing Sean Diddy Combs and Jay-Z of raping her over 2 decades ago when she was starstruck. A starstruck 13-year-old is facing his own legal battle and has a shocking arrest skeleton in his closet. Busby, who's repping more than 120 clients claiming to be sexually victimized by the hip-hop honcho. Who wrote this? In a new, sounds like ChatGPT wrote it. In a new lawsuit filed on Thursday, Busby has also been accused of deliberately giving a woman a sexually transmitted disease and hitting her so hard that he smashed her teeth. Now, let me just say this: we believe all victims. We read that woman's court papers. We are waiting for Tony Buzbee. We were waiting for Tony Buzbee to officially answer that, but it looks like Busby has officially actually answered that. But what's more, and I think this is really the most important thing, when I read the woman's lawsuit, I said, well, maybe she's getting things mixed up, times and dates, because, again, she said that immediately, sorry, Puppy wants me to play, immediately upon sleeping with the man, she felt a burning sensation. And I said, listen, I don't know if he got that claps. I don't know if he got the heebie-jeebies. I don't know what's going on. But I Googled it. There is zero anything that you can actually get and know within minutes of finishing the do that something actually happened. Anyway, they said, records show the drunk driving charge was personally dismissed by the Harris County District Attorney's Office after Busby completed a 1-year intervention program in just 8 months. Okay, so he took Saturday school and night school. Now, the peeved Pitbull claims, wow, is this a pro-Jay-Z story? The peeved Pitbull claims he's the victim of a withering public relations assault designed to ruin his rep since sicking himself on Jay-Z and Diddy, who are worth an estimated $4.5 billion combined. The feisty former Marine was socked by a suit from an anonymous former female client who claims the beleaguered lawyer viciously shoved a champagne glass into her face and bungled her divorce case. Interesting enough, how come everybody else knows how to move accordingly with anonymous sources, but somehow Jay-Z needs that victim's name plastered across the internet, and all Jay-Z's friends are calling for it to be plastered too? Why does one work but not the other? I don't know. Anyway, but Busby calls the charges utterly ridiculous and false. Matthew Thompson, another ex-client, filed a federal lawsuit in Louisiana accusing Busby of cheating him out of money in his personal injury settlement. They said, but Busby actually said, this issue was litigated and we were found to have handled it correctly. So this person is bringing up another lawsuit. And they said, we already had a case about that. And the judge found out we handled things correctly. Listen, in the new lawsuit, which was filed in Manhattan Supreme Court, it claimed back in 2018, Busby lured the alleged victim into having a sexual encounter with him by concealing the fact he had an STD. According to the docs, he knew the risk that he would pass it to her if he didn't take the appropriate precautions. When that risk materialized, he manipulated her to protect himself from reputational harm. I mean, listen, the victim, who was not named, claimed he offered her free legal services in return for silence and then allegedly became possessive. The lawsuit then claimed Busby became violent after seeing the alleged victim talk to another man at a bar in New York City. She claimed that Busby smashed the glass against her face and left her with 2 broken teeth. Oh my God. Again, we read the medical records. We're going to see with that. We're going to see what actually happened. She's saying that he used the medical records to blackmail the husband to circumvent ordinary negotiations, but it didn't happen. Anyway, listen, Busby said that all Jay-Z team is doing is leveling baseless, fabricated, and malicious allegations at at himself, and he will not be deterred. Listen, at the end of the day, he said we will not be bullied into silence by the filing of a clearly frivolous lawsuit against me and my firm. We represent victims and will continue to proudly do so. Listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. All of these things are going to court. So at the end of the day, we won't see who's actually telling the truth and who is not. But all I will say is, if we are judging Busby by everything he's done in his past, And again, the violence one, that's going to have to be accounted for. He says he has proof it's innocent. We'll see. But if we are going to judge him for everything he's done, is Jamesy sure he wants to go down this road? Because he is not the great-great-great-great-grandson of Jigga Man. We remember what you did and what we forgot. It's still immortalized in the old school gossip blogs and also in your records. So do you really want character assassinations to be made? Because, baby, you had a lot of character when you were young. But listen, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.